Well, I think we're sitting pretty as far as manure goes. We've got most of our barns cleaned out, all of our dry manure hauled and spread on the field. So one of the next things we need to do is we need to get some fertilizer spread on some bean ground that's going to be for this 2024 growing season. So today we're going to grab Mater down here at the North Farm. We're going to take him out, fuel him up, make sure everything's ready to go. We're going to head on over to Tyler's, grab a nice hydraulic disconnect spreader. That's a spreader that you have. A PTO runs the spreader on the rear. The web drive is run by a tire that's hooked to a hydraulic cylinder that you can use your hydraulic remote to pick the tire up and off of the drive wheel that's on the ground. That way you don't have to worry about spreading fertilizer where you don't want fertilizer, whether it be you've got a wedge that you've got to work with or you're going strip to strip. So that's what we're going to do. We've got about 200 acres to get across. Not all of our bean ground needs fertilizer. Everything that's at home has had manure applied to it. We still have a fair amount of nutrients still in the soil there at home base because, well, we have cattle, we have manure, we have good farming practices we've been using across generations here. So we've got good soil built up at home that we don't need fertilizer necessarily on for beans. But the rental properties, some of those areas are lacking some nutrients here and there, so you kind of have to, mix up a concoction, a prescription per whatever soil type you're working with to treat it and have good results as far as yields go. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to grab a nice spreader over here at Tyler's and head off and start getting across some bean ground. Got about 200 acres to go. Not going to get across all that today, but we're going to get a good chunk of it knocked out. So let's get busy here, get Mater going, and hopefully we'll have a good day. So we finished up spreading fertilizer there on all the bean ground. So got the bean planter out now here, and we're no-tilling some soybeans here. So we're gonna get busy today and try and knock out quite a few acres, starting out over here at John's, and we're gonna bang off to the main farm there. We got another 5-acre field to get into, as well as a bunch of other stuff to do today. It's gonna be kind of a busy day, but nevertheless, work to do, gotta get it done. All right, I got John's finished up. Planter's still got plenty of seed in it to keep going. We've got another 5-acre field I want to do today yet, but in the meantime, Dad is no-tilling corn over on Snur's Hill, and from there he's moving to the old pasture at the main farm, and we had a building site prep for a hay building, so I need to take the quality mulcher here in a 1066 and go run over the kind of grade out around the exterior sides of the building. We've had them push the topsoil off and kind of level out some of that. So I'm going to take the quality mulcher over there, run over that to get all the dozer tracks out of it, and then Dad's going to roll right into there and no-till that, and I'm going to grab my bean planter again and head off and keep on no-tilling beans. We got a little bit of rain that's potentially going to move in here. I doubt it's going to materialize. It's kind of been sprinkling on and off for several days here. I'm really hoping we actually do get some rain here soon, because the ground is getting pretty dry. We had probably, I don't know, about a tenth last night, and that definitely helped, but we still need some more. So we're gonna get this thing fired up, back out of here, and go level some ground up. Well, I think that's probably about as smooth as it's gonna get. There's some sod mixed into this because that was all topsoil we stripped off where we put that building pad. Pushed it all out here in the pasture area where there was some low areas. Because this has been in pasture for, oh heck, I don't even know. Longer than I've been alive, I'll put it to you that way. This pasture used to reach clear all the way down to Beeler Road. It actually used to cross across the creek and over there into that three-cornered field, but there was some pollution issues in the water in that creek many, many years ago when my grandfather was running the farm, and he decided it was time to pull the cows off of that side so that they weren't drinking that water that was in that creek. So that was abandoned, turned into a field, and they were moved to this side of the creek, and this used to stretch all the way from the back of the freestall barn all the way down to Beeler Road. Used to actually incorporate all of this that is now our ag bag pad. Used to all be pasture. There was dry cows in this section here. The milking herd was out here. So things have definitely changed in the past decade or so here. I shouldn't say decade or so, the past century. Yeah, decade, okay. If I could do math today, that'd be freaking great. But things have definitely changed around here, and someday we will get into that. But in the meantime, we've gotten this nice and smoothed out, as smooth as I think I'm gonna get it. Don't see any massive rocks anymore. I picked up a few chunks. I'm sure in the next 10 to 20 years, I'm gonna be picking up quite the number of rocks out here. But thing is smoothed out pretty good. Smooth enough that Dad can come in here and plant. I'm gonna take and put that back away, snag my planter, head off out of here. I don't know quite what time it is. That rain was supposed to be here about 3. It's 3:30, like I figured it was gonna blow out of here. Didn't materialize, so we're gonna boogie on off and get started again. Actually, Dad's coming down the road with the planter now. I guess I'll get his opinion on how good of a job I did real quick. Maybe I don't want to know. Well, like all things, everything has to be overly complicated. Move, Sadie. That tractor has apparently a wiring issue. And why are you turning on turn signal, you piece of shit? I don't know. Anyways, that tractor apparently has a wiring issue that I thought we had corrected. Don't mind me ball-hauling through the yard because I can't drive where I should be driving because there's a tractor parked in the way that won't start. But anywho's, that tractor apparently has a wiring issue, and thought we had that resolved last year, and ended up not wanting to start first thing this spring after we got it hooked up to the planter, and took the alternator off, went and had the alternator rebuilt, tested it, made sure things were charging. Things were charging. The amp light was not on, you know, as in it's discharging. It was showing that it was charging. And, well, just went to start it, and it won't start. So, it started kind of sluggish earlier, but it's a mechanical tractor. There's nothing running on it. So, I thought, I got one more rip. Nope. So now we're in the old POS Express here, on our way to go get the booster so I can start it. This was my mom's truck, but had a little bit of a run-in with a cow this year. Jesus Christ, you going 75 mile an hour? Anywho's, this truck had a bit of a battle with a cow this year, and insurance says it ain't worth fixing. Just some dents. So, anywho's, I bought it back, and it's now my beater with a heater slash AC slash ditch hopper, groundhog runner over, you name it. So, anyways, we're getting a booster. Here's hoping the sketchy ass outside plug over here that was clearly done by somebody who's not a certified electrician will allow me to do what I need to do here. Well, who the hell wrapped this? Good Lord. I'm gonna fire that guy, whoever he was. And considering this goes in my shop and I'm the only one that uses it, would have been me. Now this is an old tractor, and it's 2 6-volts wired in series. So it's a 6-volt over there, a 6-volt over here. You probably can't even see me. There you go. Anywho. So you got to ground to the step, because you can't ground to the ground here, because this is the positive coming from the other battery to feed into this battery to then give you 12 volts coming out to go to the starter. So anywho, oh hey, we have lights. That means things are working. Oh yeah, it's nice somewhere up there. There, and oh, what's that? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You're doing nothing. I'm just not going to talk about it, okay? Okay? Sound good to you? Sounds great to me. And wait for the breaker to pop in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Uno momento. Remember what I said about the sketchy ass wiring? Somebody who's not a certified electrician did. Allow me to show you what the issue is once I see if my cord will reach. Don't mind my garage, it's a mess. I'm working on cleaning. Anybody see an issue? I think it'll work, right? Fucking idiots. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens when you let renters take over a house for 20 years. That's the kind of shit you end up with. Yeah. Renters are great. Highly recommend it. No, I don't. All right, in the words of Derek from Vice Grips, bring the thunder. Hey, what do you know? I'm just gonna let that boil for 20 minutes and then we'll see if it'll start. Probably not, but we'll see. See your fence do that. I don't need power other than to start. That's all I need. No GPS, no CVT, 12 volt to a starter. Okay? The comment, but it doesn't have GPS and it won't wipe my butt and it doesn't have Bluetooth. You're not even farming.